navigating to?
Oh, yeah, if you want to look something up on maps.
Oh, that's good. Well, we'll find it.
Okay. All right, so we are live in Chicago at the Anti-NATO protest. Lots and lots and lots of police. No need to reiterate how many police there are, but it's really shocking. And they are around. They're videotaping us. They're zooming in on our faces and trying to, and it's media too. And indie media, they seem to be particularly targeting, along with medics. And who else? Pretty much that's it. Yeah.
And
Medic.
Mike Blue Hair says hi to live stream.
Mike Blue Hair says hi. Orange Block is here representing.
That's right. Jesse Haddon's supposed to be here.
Yeah, he is. He is here. I saw some of his. I think I saw his Facebook update that he was here. So, yeah.
Half of our radical caucus here.
Yes, half of our radical caucus here as well, and a few randoms. But yeah. So it is. It's hot and it's muggy. We're getting some wind and a bit of cloud overlay. So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. So we're coming up to the conversion spot right now. Lots and lots of people getting off the train behind me. Lots and lots of people already there. So we're right on time. If not, maybe just a touch early. So this is one of the main rallies and marches. It's supposed to be a permitted event, but I have a feeling that
hardcore just to fucking scowl at you.
well, good.
They just totally ignored me, but you straight scowl.
Well, yeah, because I'm
streaming,
I'm looking pretty and streaming. See, I got my nice sundress on
and
today.
Mike Blue Hair's jealous that the cops are scowling at
At
you.
you or at me instead of you for once.
Yeah. That's not right. I feel. Maybe I should wear a little white dress next time.
I don't know. I think maybe it's just the stream. Yeah. I mean,
they're not used to being.
They're not used to being.
Because they just overturned that law last week.
Right, and a lot of the police don't know the law change, which is interesting because it's completely unconstitutional to ban videotaping in public. And I had a cop threaten me yesterday on my stream while I was streaming. Threatened me with, saying it was a felony to videotape the police in any way. And that's just not true. I mean, just the truth is that that law was unconstitutional. It was overturned about a week ago, and the chief of police made an announcement saying that law would not be enforced during this event especially. So, yeah, lots and lots of people, lots and lots of cops. I already bumped into some really great people and seen some signs and flags for awesome organizations, Veterans for Peace being one of them, Code Pink.
Police superintendent.
I think we also met somebody from We Are Change. So we definitely have been getting to know some awesome people over here. Some girls pimping their Twitters. By the way, if you're not following me, my Twitter handle is at Carrie, Carrie, Fo, Truth, Carrie Fo Truth. And I'll be tweeting throughout the day. When I'm not streaming, I'll definitely be tweeting. So look for those. And I'll do some write-ups too. I have a 48-hour bus ride ahead of me, so I will have plenty of time to be working on Outlaw FBI, Federal Bureau of Intimidation. So anyway, I'll have plenty of time to do some write-ups and send some articles out. So you'll probably see them on maybe the Occupier. I promised one to DC, their newspaper there and at Occupy DC. So it should be pretty cool. Yeah, feel free to tweet out, Selly out, any other form of communication. Yeah, Facebook, my stream link because I will be going all day and all night today. I mean, I'm going to go until I can't go anymore, until there's no more action, which today is unlikely. Today is very likely to be an action sort of a day.
News and letters.
I'm going to turn my chat on. I didn't realize that was off actually here. And I'm also going to be uploading every... Oh, this doesn't look right. Chat's not showing up. There we go. Thank you, Patty Beers. Awesome. So, like I was saying, I don't remember what I was saying because, Christ, I haven't had any sleep. Oh yeah, I'm going to be going all day and all night. Ha ha ha. That's why I haven't been getting any sleep. It got kind of crazy here yesterday. And let me know how the video looks, because to me it looks really dark. And if I can re-upload and that it can maybe look a little bit better, because I can't even see my stream right now. So if you guys can see it, let me know. Otherwise, I may need to do some calibration here. But yeah, this place is packed. This is definitely the most people I've seen here so far in one spot. I'm going to try to get out to the sage. Oh, I know people love to burn sage at these events, but I'm horribly allergic to it. Oh man, it's a huge crowd. Alright, so...
The money is very urgently needed elsewhere for fight poverty and to protect social justice. Stop the war and stop
crowd
NATO.
Stretches for quite a ways. So I'm going to take you guys through the crowd here. Don't trade me. There's a guy with a shirt that says Illinois welcomes Democrats in exile. I don't think that's entirely accurate. I mean, I myself am not a Democrat, and I definitely know a lot of people that aren't, and that are involved in this movement, and that are a part of either Occupy or just anti-war. Hey, how's it going?
Good. I just need to get some shade real quick.
Yeah, you look a little hot. Can I offer you some water? You doing all right?
Ben's got some.
Okay. Yeah.
Need some shade.
Yeah, it looks like we might get a little bit of cloud relief.
It's supposed to cool down like by 10 degrees.
Nice. That'll help.
Yeah.
All right. What's that?
What's happening?
It's a phone live streaming. Yeah.
Hey, be safe today.
Yeah, you too, man. So lots and lots and lots of people. Free hugs.
Free hugs.
Healthcare, not warfare.
I like your use of duct tape.
Oh yeah, orange block. Free. Oh, look at that. All duct tape signs. Those are beautiful. So it's a very festive atmosphere, as you can tell. It's fair amount of media. Lots of. Sorry, if you can fit here, fit it in the bag. There we go. I don't really have a free hand right now. I'm holding a bag with water and another phone. So I'm actually gonna maybe sat down for a second here. Tuck away my phone. ACLU, always good to have around. They also have the National Lawyers Guild sign making and sign sharing place here. Table is set up to free Bradley Manning. And I grab myself a sticker here. I get a sticker? Thank you very much. Can't put it on right now, but stick it in the bag. So far, like yesterday on my stream, I don't know if you guys were watching, but I had about an hour and 20 minutes of streaming that was pretty action-packed, and it did not upload to Ustream as far as I know. I named it NATO 2 because it was the second hour of the full hour of the day that I had filmed. and it disappeared. So really unfortunate, really sad. I got heat sick yesterday pretty bad. That's why I was missing for a couple hours. I was trying to stay in the shade and drink lots of water and kind of recover from that. Ended up going to the live stream, the national live stream meeting, but it got canceled. So there was just too much action on the ground, and we couldn't pull all the live streamers from what they were doing. So I'm in the outer edges here. It's a pretty good PA system set up. Lots of people just chilling in the grass. Most of the crowd is over here. I think a lot of the news media, the mainstream media, was sort of fear-mongering leading up to this, making it seem like it was unsafe to be in downtown. Around here, trying to get something to eat is kind of hard. A lot of places are just boarded up or just closed. So,
are you live streaming to Portland right now?
I sure am.
All right, hi Portland, I love you. Sweet from Eugene.
Oh.
Love you, wish you all here.
Yeah, for
We're
sure.
here. I represent Portland as well. I love you guys. Getting shit done. Portland rocks.
Woo! Thanks, man. That's interesting. I wonder how he knew I was live streaming indeed from Portland. Maybe somebody pointed me out. Bikes, not drones. That's a good one.
Cuts are made to education while the war budget is nearly 20 times that of education. And this is to perpetuate class structures and oppression. Educate yourselves, educate others, be students for democracy. Students for a Democratic Society is here today. Look for us in the streets. Live the revolution.
Thank you, sister. Is it my turn? All right. This next speaker makes me think of events a year and a half ago, and I have the strangest feeling of deja vu. Because a year and a half ago, our next speaker had his home raided by the FBI at 7 o'clock in the morning, terrorizing his wife and 6-year-old daughter. And then they left his house and came and raided my house. And this week, the Chicago Police Department has shown they're cut from the same cloth, but Hatham Aboudeya from the U.S. Palestinian Community Network is going to come up and talk about the struggles here and the struggles of the Palestinian people. They're the same.
I bring you a message of support and salute from 7,000 Palestinian political prisoners, 2,000 of whom just ended a historic hunger strike, winning all of their demands from the terrorist Israeli government. I and 6 other Palestinians are among the 24 being investigated by the FBI and the Department of Justice. We've all refused to testify to the grand jury. We refused to stop our organizing against the war and in support of social justice. We refused to stop demanding that NATO end its collusion with the criminal Israeli state. And we won't stop fighting until all our prisoners are free, until we win back every inch of stolen Palestinian land, until every refugee returns to her home, until every Palestinian and Arab family wins their freedom and liberation. Thank you very much.
Long live Palestine! Long live Palestine! Long live Palestine! Our next speaker is Sarah Finkel, a member of Pilsen Environmental Rights and Reform Organization, PERO, an environmental justice alliance which this year shut down 2 coal-fired power plants in the
In case you didn't get that, they shut down 2 coal plants in the area.
And I'm Selene. I'm from Rising Tide Chicago, and we are part of the NATO EJ Alliance, which is comprised of various local organizations, EJ and faith-based, and we're emphasizing the effects of war on climate change. We usually say system change, not climate change. But what does that mean? It's easy to get overwhelmed by the details, atrocities, and lies, but a system is just a large entity with many parts, parts that are connected. The system that we are pressuring to change is the system of resource war and profits, the G8 and NATO. Even though we had a victory enforcing the G8 out of Chicago, they're still functioning to control the majority of the world's wealth for their own gain. They are the leaders of the system we need to change. NATO, a connected part of this system, is the bully, the organized military front of the G8. NATO's agenda of seizing land and foreign governments for their resource war is the agenda of their G8 for their profits. In fact, any proposed solution to climate change that has a profit margin for a single person or corporation is a false solution. And it has to be criticized. Because of capitalism's false solutions to climate change, this system then produces multiple effects, including climate conflict, the fight for basic resources when they are diminished due to the fact of aftermath of war. In detail, climate change will affect crops, which will force people to compete for basic needs. Climate change will affect sea levels and terrain through violent storms, affecting the most vulnerable communities, indigenous communities, communities of color, to force migration of these climate refugees. This is environmental racism, and we need environmental justice. We will be at the northwest corner of the field if you all want to march with us. Thank you.
Thank you, sisters. When we began the coalition last summer, the very first meeting included a faith-based activist by the name of Newland Smith. And Newland is a quiet and moral voice of authority who has, I have to say that if I had met him when I was 18, I might still be religious. Newland is an inspiration. Newland Smith from the Episcopal Peace Fellowship.
Brothers and sisters, I bring greetings from the Candidates Interfaith
So as far as I
Working
can
Group.
tell, you can pretty
On April the
much
4th,
hear
1967,
PA system's very
Martin
good.
Luther King Jr., in his speech delivered at Riverside Church, connecting the dots between the war in Vietnam and the war against poverty. 45 years later, we are gathered here to tell the leaders of NATO and the G8 that their wars and economic policies are increasingly destructive of the human family as well as of the earth. In the past decade, faith communities have issued urgent calls about the increasing economic injustice and the militarization of our world. From the United Methodist Church's 2000 statement, Economic Justice for a New Millennium, the shift in government priorities from social to military expenditures and the growing interconnections between national economies have led to increases in poverty, hunger, and despair in the human family. And Brant Rosen, rabbi of the Jewish Reconstructionist congregation in Evanston, in his sermon for Yom Kippur 2011, War Without End, said, "Just like all empires, our nation has positioned itself to fight war without end. And like all empires, buckle here at home under the weight of our own power and ambition. 2 days ago at the Counter Summit, 3 young Afghan Muslim women gave eloquent testimony to the young Afghans who were working for a non-violent presence in a country under NATO political occupation. So this day, let us recommit ourselves to working for a world without militarization and economic justice.
Thank you, my brother.
And help us stay as informed as we can.
So the majority of the messages here have been anti-NATO, naturally, anti-war. Definitely we've seen things about healthcare, international issues, Palestinian and Israeli conflict, climate change, taking care of the environment, taking troops out of Afghanistan. I'm going to try to find a spot in the shade here so I last all day instead of wilting in the heat the first couple hours. Ugh, the sage again.
Put on the backside of the tree.
Yeah, there you are again.
Yeah, man, beautiful day for this.
Everybody, we looking for if you just stand still, everybody can just grab one.
Our next speaker is an attorney who has been on the forefront of the struggle against the Chicago Police Department. Here's a man that has given some schooling to those of us who are late to resisting the social order in this country, in this city. Stan Willis with the Chicago chapter of the National Conference of Black Lawyers. Give him a warm welcome. Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. I'm here to express solidarity on behalf of the National Conference of Black Lawyers, Black people against police torture, political prisoners as a result of COINTELPRO. I also want to commend the coalition that organized this wonderful event. But I also want to say that there's still much work to be done. France Fanon, a great revolutionary, once said that each generation must discover its mission, carry it out, or betray it. The mission of this generation, in my view, is to dismantle the military machine in the United States. That's the mission. That's the mission. We have done protests and stopped wars before. We stopped the Vietnam War. We required solidarity to stop these wars. But after we stopped the war, we went back to doing what we were doing before. This time we must send a message to NATO, but we must continue to organize. We must ask fundamental questions. Who profits from the wars? There are certain members of the 1% that are addicted to war. And we know what we do with addictions. We have to cure them. So we ask who profits, who pays for it. Since the Iraqi war and Afghanistan war, U.S. citizens had paid $1.3 trillion. Money that should have gone to health care, should have gone to school, should have gone to providing employment in the public sector. We paid that. To take this to the next level, we must go back to communities. We must organize. We must organize among communities. We must change the culture from war to peace. We must stop recruiting from coming into our schools, recruiting our students, for example. That's change the war to peace. And we go back and we continue to organize. I'm convinced victory is certain. Thank you. Thank you.
Sisters and brothers, just a water check. There's water stations on two sides. That side and that side between the porta potties. It's a long day, so drink up and hydrate now. Our next speaker is Allison Bodine. She's a co-chair of the Mobilization Against War and Occupation, MAWO. She's also involved in Cuba solidarity work in the U.S. and Canada, and has worked with Pastors for Peace, Caravan to Cuba, the Canadian Network on Cuba, and Vancouver communities in solidarity with Cuba. Please welcome Allison. Hello, Chicago! Hello, all you great protesters out on the streets defending humanity against the imperialist war machine and NATO. Hello, people of the world. We are part of your struggle. We are part of your resistance against the military aggression of colonial powers. Today I am bringing you a greeting from the people of Canada. We are with you in this march for freedom and justice. We are with you in this march against war and destruction. Our demands today unite us in the struggle for an end to war and destruction, and for self-determination for all nations under imperialist attack. I want to thank all of the organizers from Cangate in Chicago and beyond for encouraging international participation in this protest. Our cause is international. Our resistance is international. Our struggle is international. And our freedom is international. The Prime Minister of Canada, Stephen Harper, is over there behind those walls. aggression anti-US against Syria and Iran. But we will stop them, won't we? US, Canada, Britain, imperialist governments, we will stop you. We will defeat you. Remember Vietnam. You can't win a war against humanity. Dignity will prevail. We will win, as Che Guevara said. Venceremos.
Thank you, sister. I get to bring up a lot of my heroes during the course of this rally. The next man, Larry Holmes, I remember when I was a student activist speaking at a national march against a war in Central America, I believe. He began decades of revolutionary work as a military resistor during Vietnam, and today he's a leader in the Workers' World Party and co-director of the International Action Center, and he's also among UNAC's coordinating committee. Larry Holmes.
Mic check. Mic check.
Mic check.
We demand
We demand
that all charges against NATO protesters
Against NATO protesters
who've been arrested
who've been arrested
be dropped.
be dropped.
Stop the war
Stop the wars
against Occupy.
against Occupy.
Stop the war
Stop the war
against Occupy.
against Occupy.
Sisters and brothers, I'm holding up a small picture of Trayvon Martin. You remember him. Why raise Trayvon Martin at a protest against NATO? It's because just as NATO wages war against oppressed, struggling people of the world on behalf of the rich 1%, we have police departments all over this country, including Chicago, and vigilantes who are waging war against young people, particularly black and brown young people. Trayvon Martin was a victim of that war. They want us to forget about him. And that is why I want you to repeat, Trayvon Martin, we will not forget.
We will not forget.
Trayvon Martin,
Trayvon Martin.
we will not forget.
We will not forget.
Who's going to protest at the Democratic Convention and the Republican Convention? Raise your hands.
Maybe.
A lot of hands going up.
What if you don't know
It's about
it
half
now?
the crowd.
Get ready, because that's what's coming up next. Power to the people. Abolish NATO.
Thank you, Larry. Our next speaker is Kiss Gavreau, a member of the Administrative Committee of the United National Anti-War Coalition. She's a founding member of Connecticut United for Peace and a founding member of the Connecticut Coalition Against Indefinite Detention. Welcome, Kiss Gavreau.
Sisters and brothers, I cannot tell you how moved I am to be standing with you here today. With you, who are the leaders of the next great stage of the fight to end U.S. wars. Their campaign to make us give up our right to protest brutal military occupation and roboticized assassination has failed. You stood up with the powerful tools of mass, peaceful legal action, and you said no to the new security state. No to racist and religious profiling, mass incarceration, militarized police forces, preemptive prosecutions of Muslim Americans, privatized detention centers, secret evidence and grand jury witch hunts and detentions without charges or trial. We say no! We say no! After this march, please join with the United National Anti-War Coalition, UNAC, to continue this fight on a national basis. Some people said we shouldn't march in an election year. Is that true? The horror wrought by the U.S. and NATO military in Afghanistan, Pakistan, Libya, Yemen, Bahrain is not ending. The terror brought upon people by the midnight boot on the door, by crippling economic sanctions on Iran, weapons shipments to Syria, Democratic and Republican parties alike. Only our independent mass mobilizations will end this barbarism. We must build a new independent movement in collaboration with the Muslim American community, with immigrants, unionists, black community. No to the NATO G8 war and austerity agenda. No war or sanctions on Iran and Syria. And all U.S. aid to Israel. Free all Palestinian prisoners of administrative detention. U.S. out of Afghanistan and Pakistan now.
So yeah, I guess let me know if the picture is okay here in the shade, and also if there's anything particularly that you'd like to see. For right now, it's just the rally. A lot of just good people getting together, trying to stay hydrated in this crazy weather, and yeah.
Hey.
That's a cool little system you got.
So this is a huge park, and it's just packed with people. The shady areas are especially packed. Like I said, it's hard to tell if you can actually see this. So if you can, go ahead and put it in the chat so I can make sure that the picture's okay. Lots of different groups here signing up members, local chapters of different organizations and different candidates, it looks like, running in Chicago area.
They're going to be right up at the front on the left-hand side. Papers, any donation. It's got an idea.
Here's the like that kind of vegan sign. Spiritual organizations, yeah, like they're Jill Stein for president. I think it's Jill Stein for president. Green Party candidate, I'm assuming. Stop the crimes of the U.S. government. Worldcan'twait.net, so you guys can go check that out if you feel like it. Lots and lots of signs, it looks like, for the march later.
Water bottle? No, I'm a. Jump inside! Oh, I'm a trainer. I'm a CA for
All right, so I'm going to take a quick break here in the shade and upload my stream because like yesterday it didn't upload, so I'm going to try to do it in shorter chunks today. So I will be back in probably less than 20 minutes, so keep checking back during the day. Also, if you follow me on Twitter, it auto tweets right before I go live. So if you want to follow me, it's Carrie Carrie FO Truth. So it's Carrie Faux Truth on Twitter. Yeah, I will be back in probably 15 minutes or so. All right, see you guys.